Hey everyone, it's Bobbie, the Paper Jungle. I wanted to show you a really neat card I made today. I just really like this card. And what I used was of the new holiday catalog. On page 22, I used this train and the North Pole sign. And then on page 11, I used this Merry Christmas sentiment. And it is from Greetings from Santa. And that is on page 11 of the holiday catalog. So these are the stamp sets. Greetings from Santa, I just used this sentiment. And from Christmas Magic, like I said, I used the train, the North Pole sign, and these little trees. So I'm going to show you the finished product here. This is the card. I thought it turned out so pretty. It is Crumb Cake and Whisper White is the only two card stocks you have. And then on the inside I stamped Merry Christmas. And I did that in red, and then I put green at the bottom. And I'll show you towards the end of the card how I did that. And I just put one little tree down here in the bottom, and that also came off of the Greetings from Santa, the one that had the Merry Christmas on it. And then my envelope has the same little tree stamped in Crumb Cake. So, what you need for this card, let me lay it aside here so I don't get it dirty. What you're going to need is a piece of crumb cake that's 4.5 or 5.5 by 8.5. Then I scored it at 4 1/4, and it'll make a top folding card. And then you'll need 2 pieces of Whisper White. And the top piece is going to be where the trees are, and then we're just going to tear it. And the smaller piece, I've just got scraps here, but they'll need to be 5.5 wide, and I didn't measure what that is, but it's down about better than halfway of the card. And I'll show you how to get this ground. I've got to grab a stamp block real quick for these trees. I forgot that. Move quickly, please. I go through everything I need, and I invariably come in here and leave something behind. Okay, so what we need is this piece, and it's going to be, let me cut it off to the width or close to it. I can always trim it down afterwards, but I want to trim it fairly close. That's not even straight, but it's okay, because I'm going to trim it off after I'm done. But what I want to do is just start tearing it from the bottom towards me, so it looks like the ruffled edges of snow as it falls. And that'll go up here, and then we'll need the smaller piece for the bottom, and it only needs to be maybe so wide. Just whatever looks eye-pleasing to you, you know. Okay, and I like to turn it over with this rough edge underneath, but you can do it however you want it. And I'll trim this down a little bit here, because I don't need all of that. Okay, so once you've got the placement for your bottom part and the top part of the card, see, now I need this to be a little bit smaller right here. And let me tear it from this side, so I'll have room for my train. I let that snowbank be a little bit deep. And I'll leave it deeper over here for the sign. Okay. So that's what we need for that. Okay. So we're going to have our Whisper White ink, and we're just going to kind of streak it across the center to give the appearance of snow in the road. So I'm going to lay it on a piece of typing paper here just to keep my workspace from getting ink everywhere. Okay. Now I've just re-inked this, so I hope it's not too heavy. No, it's not. And I just want to put some streaks across, and they need to be kind of uneven so it looks like vehicles and foot traffic have been down the road, kind of making ruts in it. Because if you ever lived where there's snow, a lot of you probably do right now, but I'm originally from Indiana, and oh gosh, we would get some heavy snows. I miss the changing of the leaves, but I sure don't miss the ice and snow on the ground. The treacherous driving is what I don't miss. Okay. So then you can just kind of lay this down and decide if you want more on the road part or not. And you can make it heavier, whatever appeals to you. See, now I've got enough on there to make it look like road, like there's snow on the road. So we need to do our trees. And I'm just going to use the trees out of the Christmas Magic. And there's 3 of them together on this one little stamp. Okay, we're going to use the Crumb Cake ink. Now you may want to stamp off. Yeah, I don't want it to be too dark, because I want it to look like it's far from the road. And I kind of stagger them over a little bit. So they look like they're far away. Okay, and that's good for that. Somebody always calls the minute I want to make a video. It never fails. Okay. Now this piece is going to go up here, and that's our background trees. And I have already stamped the train and the North Pole sign. I just stamped them on scrap pieces with Memento black onyx. And I'm just going to color them in with some Stampin' Right markers. And I need let me get a light one here for the little sign. This one will work, probably. No, that's too gray. Let me get this one. I want something that looks a little woodsy. This one will work. And I don't want to get it too dark, otherwise I'll obscure the words from the North Pole. I just want to put a little wood grain on it. I don't want it to be completely colored in. And then we've got the green wreath here. And we'll just lightly go over it. It doesn't even require any shading because it's so small. And it's got some little decorative ornaments on it. And then we'll put the red bow on it. If I can hold it still. And then the tails of the bow. And then we'll make this little pole. It's got stripes in it. Put every other one red. go. Now for the ornaments. I don't know what I want to put on the ornaments. What did I do on them before? I made them red. I could make them maybe a little softer red. Maybe, is that rose red or that's cherry cobbler? Where's rose red? That's purple. It's hard to tell what they are in this case. There's rose red. I'll use those so they won't be exactly the same color. This is kind of a rose red. Try not to get my head in here so you don't have to stare at my hair while I'm coloring. Put a little stripe up here. Okay. That's it for the North Pole. Now we've got a little wreath and a ribbon on the train and some packages. So we're just going to do the same thing with it. Just put in a little green. He's got a wreath around the front of his train. And there's one towards the back too. He's all decked out for Christmas. This is just the prettiest little stamp set, but it's really detailed. Now there's a little bit of greenery right back here. Okay. Oh, there's some greenery right here. Almost missed it. Okay. And the red ribbon. I think I'll use the rose red this time because it's a little bit lighter. And these are so tiny. Just little bows right there. And there's a bow up here. It really doesn't take very long to put this card together. I hope I'm in frame where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there's an ornament, and there's, oops, I got out of, didn't get it off. There's an ornament. Okay. And the little ribbons here. Holding the little banner up. Okay, now we've got our little presents. And you can just, you know, make them any color you want to. I'm just going to grab some markers, any color. It doesn't really matter, because presents are in all colors and shapes. So we'll make this one yellow. And we'll make, there's a little teddy bear out there. We'll just lightly color him. Little teddy bear with the toys. And he's got a bow around his neck. So we'll make it orange. And we'll make this little package orange. And then there's one right here. And we'll make it kind of a turquoisey color. And we'll put a ribbon on this one. Okay. And we can put a ribbon on this. Right here. Okay. So that's pretty easy to color in. There's not a whole lot to it. Get these markers out of the way. Okay, so let's put our trees down. And you can use Tombow or snail or whatever you want to use. completely up to you. And we're just going to put this right even with the top edge. Yeah. And then, like I said, I'll trim it off. And this is going to go down towards the bottom. So I am going to put some snail on it, but not along the very top edge, so I've got room to tuck my train under it. Oh, crud. Look what I did. I did the wrong end. I don't want that. Good, I've got this other piece over here. I wanted the piece that's too wide. I wanted the piece with the frayed edge down, and that's where I put my adhesive, so that wasn't too good. But we've got this other scrap piece, so I'll use it. Yeah, that'll work. I might cut. How much of that is there? Might take a little bit more of that off there. Right there, just a tad. Okay. Now I think I'll be happy. Okay. Make sure I got it out to the edge. Okay, and we'll put this along the bottom. Just flush with the bottom, I said. To the bottom. It's not cooperating. Okay. Now we'll trim this one off. And I got a little overhang there, didn't I? I got it a little bit crooked. It's hard to see when you're doing it at an angle, if you're getting it straight or not. And I didn't, but that's better now. So it all works out. Nothing you can't fix, that's for sure. Okay. Now our train is going to go, I want a couple dimensionals on the top of it. And I'm going to cut a little snip off the edge here to put on that little trail of smoke, because I don't want it to get caught and torn. Okay, we're going to put one here, about halfway down the body, and then it's going to tuck up under that edge. Be sure I lift it loose. Yeah, I got an edge there I can stick it up under. That's all I care about. Oh, you know what? I did forget one little thingy. I thought I had a gray out here. Oh, I do. These areas, let me lay it on this waxy surface. The parts of the train that are metal looking, I wanted to lightly go over them with a little bit of gray to make them look like metal. I don't want to cover them in completely, but just give them the hint of gray, because I don't want them to look like Snow White, you know, when I put the glittery stuff on it. So it looks like snow's falling on the train. These are all kind of metal around the wheels and down this, I think they call it a cattle guard or something, on the front of a train. Okay, and this should be metal right here. Okay. And these little smokestack things up here. Okay. Oh, this is metal, right in the front of the train. Catch all these little spots here. And I think that's like a headlight. So I want a real light yellow for that. So it looks like a light source right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the two-way glue pen and I'm going to put it down where the steam's coming out of the train from the wheels and the smokestack, and then some on these metal parts, just a little bit, just so it looks like the snow is fallen and kind of landed on the train. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the trees, just some little dabs, so it looks like little snowflakes. And around here. I'm just kind of dotting it in there. No rhyme or reason as to how I'm doing it. I'm just kind of putting it in there, just so there's some snow falling. Is it even coming out? Yes, it is. Okay. Not a lot, but a little, and that's enough. Okay, and then I've got some silver glitter I'm going to put on the metal parts of the train. And this is all Stampin' Up stuff. I don't think they sell the glitter anymore, but let me get this off of the... If it'll come off of here, I might not have laid it down there. It's wanting to pick up the other ones. I don't want those on there. Oh well, I got them. That's okay. It came off. That's all that matters. I got it off. I shouldn't have laid it there. I'd already had these pieces off. Goodness. Talk about doing things out of order. Okay, so I want... Let me cover up this. I don't want to get glitter in my crumb cake. So I'm going to put the Dazzling Diamonds on the steam here at the bottom and kind of shake that off. And then I want a little bit of glitter, the silver glitter, on the metal parts of the train. So I'm going to shake that off. And then I want a little bit more Dazzling Diamonds up here on this smoke. Okay. Now the train can tuck up underneath this edge. Like he's coming down the road. And then we can put some more Dazzling Diamonds up in the sky and the trees. Oops. Right on the countertop I poured it. Okay, there's that. Now we've got our little signpost. And what did I do with it? Here it is. We're going to tear it the same way. And I'm going to tear it away from me this time. So I don't get that edge. And this is going to be let me tear a little bit more off of that. Trim a little bit down so I could stick it right up underneath the edge of that. Okay, and I just want to put a little Tombow on the bottom. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the top of it. A couple. And we'll stick this right up under the edge there. Anchor it down, and then we can put a little snow up on the sign and on the ground in front. There's some snow there. Just kind of streak it across. And then we'll put some of our Dazzling Diamonds. You know, if you don't have any Dazzling Diamonds left from last year, you can use any glitter, any kind of thing that you might have in your stash. I just happen to have some of it left, but they don't have Dazzling Diamonds anymore, I don't believe. Okay, so there's the front of the card. Isn't that pretty? It turned out so cute. I really, really like this card. And for the inside, all I did was stamp a banner. Let me put the lids back on these. Oops, I don't want to dump them out. I just took this Merry Christmas stamp and let me get the glitter off of here and I'll show you what I did. I just took the red and green marker and I just laid the marker on the side and just rubbed it across the top part of the letters like this. And then I did the green the same way, but at the bottom of the letters. Oops. I've already stamped my banner. I just wanted to show you how to get this look. And then just stamp it straight down and straight up, and it'll be green and red. So that's how I got the banner for the inside. And then I'll just trim it off on the ends. Just make a banner. And do the same thing on the other end. And we'll put that on the inside with some Tombow. And just put that up at the top. Like that. And then our little tree, I cleaned the tree. Okay, well we'll just, oh, I know where it is. It's on the other stamp. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong stamp. Okay, it's in the Greetings from Santa, the little tree. Get it out of here. And we'll put it on the stamp block. And we'll just do it with the green marker as well. And we'll just take it across the stamp. Like so. And these dry out pretty quick, so when you're doing a stamp like this, you need to breathe on it and then stamp it down. And there you go. There's your little tree. So here's today's card. And here's the first card. Aren't they cute? They are so stinking adorable. I just love these cards. So it's a pretty quick way to make a Christmas card, and it's different than what anybody else is going to have, that's for certain. So it'll be something really unique and different, and your friends will know that you went a long way out of your way to make something special for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Send me a comment and let me know what you think. I enjoy hearing from you guys. The responses have been really, really great, and I appreciate all the nice comments, the subscribers. I mean, it has grown, and it's just amazing. I just really appreciate everything. So with that said, I will see you soon. There will be more Christmas videos coming up. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.